Hey you, I'm getting quite used to having you around. It's LucyLuck, and today we're going on a nice photo walk around Saint Denis and Red Dead Online. So, without further ado, get comfy cozy, pop on some headphones if you like, and let's go on an adventure. So, I've only done a virtual photography video once before on the channel with Cyberpunk. Been wanting to do this sort of whole virtual photography series in different games, and have been looking forward to doing it in this game for quite some time. I asked my Discord if it's better to use the in-game camera or just remove the HUD and screenshot, and it was a bit of a split decision, so I think I'm going to do a bit of both today, and perhaps we can all decide together which one is better. I also want you to know that I've been seeing your comments about longer videos, and so I'm going to try my best to make that happen for you. I think I've just been getting in my head a bit too much about adhering to a strict upload schedule. So hopefully with a more lax schedule, I can start uploading longer videos for you all. I'm still going to upload once a week at a minimum, but it may not be on the same exact day each week. There's just something about ADHD and scheduling that I'm trying to strike a balance with. I'd be curious to know if anyone else here relates. I sort of get this task paralysis when it comes to having due dates, even if it's a task like this, like something that I really enjoy. So it's the strangest thing, but hopefully with these changes, things will be a bit easier for my brain and comfy cozy for your brains as well. But enough about all of that. Let's get on to the game. We absolutely have to talk about the latest Rockstar news. I'm sure you've all been hearing about the potential Red Dead Redemption remaster, and so let's chat about it. I'm super curious to hear your thoughts. To my knowledge, there hasn't been an official confirmation, but I would really love the opportunity to enjoy Red Dead Redemption 1 with the same graphics and gameplay as this one. Now, rumors and leaks all must be taken with a sort of grain of salt, but it's possible that this isn't just a remaster. It just may be a full remake coming much sooner than one would anticipate, likely before this Christmas, so I'm going to keep my eyes peeled, but my heart guarded. I've been burdened by false hope before when it comes to Rockstar leaks, but they really blew it out of the park with this game. Walking around like this, photographing, it really just makes you realize what a phenomenal game it is. Now, I do love a good landscape and a good cityscape, but I think I'm sort of more drawn to the NPCs at the moment. I've always loved photographing people, particularly when I did photography more often. I usually centered it around people. So, as I transition from real-life photography to virtual photography, I still find that I'm really drawn to the humanity in these games, and I tend to gravitate towards the NPCs. But there is really something quite natural about the NPCs in Red Dead Online. Just how they respond to your presence as a player. We'll see if we can get a nice example of this, but just like that, just the eye contact and the acknowledgement, but they continue to go about their days. And it truly does sort of feel like they have these full lives outside of our interactions with them, which really brings a level of immersion that's quite beautiful, quite intimate. But yeah, they're really responsive to how you behave. See if I come into
What's got into you?
See if I come into his space. It's a radically different experience. And I would like to say that that's very much the same sort of experience that would occur in real life. Am I right? Oops, I didn't mean to take that one. Get it lined up here. I like the way that the power lines are shaping that building there. I have a feeling that I'm totally going to fill up all of the picture slots in my handheld camera. I tend to do that quite a bit. I hope we don't run into that issue today. But as I was saying before, I love the way the non-playable characters are handled in this game. And they're even more incredible in story mode. I'm excited to see this sort of virtual humanity expanded upon in future games. It's only going to get more immersive, especially with the rise of AI development. I recently heard about the game Vaudeville. Have you guys heard of that? In this game, apparently, you can actually speak to the NPCs and their responses are AI generated in real time. I'm definitely interested in playing that once it's complete, but I know that's not a comfortable discussion for everyone. I know that brings some people a great deal of discomfort, so making them angry. To be fair, I wouldn't want a camera shoved in my face after a long shift. Let's check out what this gentleman's doing. It looks like he's carving something. What do you think? Sharpening something.
Hello, ma'am.
He's so photogenic. It's like he's posing. How cool. Okay. It's about time we make our way into the city. Okay. I gotta resist the urge to take a picture of every single person that I walk by. What a cool building. I don't know if I've ever really paid much attention to this building before. I don't know too much about architecture, but I do love those old, I believe they're Victorian homes that are navy blue like this, with the little like castle rooms on the side. I don't know what they're called, but they usually have like a nice spiral staircase. Look at these guys. Are they waiting for something? Do you think they're waiting for the trolley? I think there's a lot of good opportunities here for some pictures. Let's see. I think we can get some sort of Wes Anderson shot. Get some nice symmetry with those doors. Look at them. Perfect.
How do you do?
It is a little sad that when you do screenshots, instead of using the in-game camera, it doesn't make the nice clicking sound when you get the photograph. This area is so lovely. Look at this. I really need to do this more often. Just walk around without the HUD.
Hello, dear.
It's a good shot there, too. I'm looking forward to editing these. I'll have to share them on Twitter and share them in a community post as well. I do wish that there was a way to get vertical photographs, though. It is sort of a shame that they all have to be horizontal, but that's alright. We'll make do. Excuse me. I think I've been sleeping on Saint Denis. I don't spend a lot of time here on account of the other players in this area. They don't tend to be the most rational of sorts. I find myself getting into a lot of fights here. But I think I've caught this town on a uncharacteristically serene day. I want to live here. I don't believe this is a house. I think this is still the nice hotel, but goodness. We're starting to get that golden hour. So we're gonna get some great shots in the city. Look at these two lovebirds. Wonder what their story is. Hope he just noticed me. A little hand wave. Gonna wait for this shot right there. Wanted to wait for the people in the background to sort of get into frame between the branches. I'm excited to see how that one turns out. So what do you guys think about the new TikTok live trend? I feel like I can't scroll through TikTok without seeing at least one NPC live stream on my feed, or some sort of parody of it. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, there's people on TikTok at the moment pretending to be NPCs on live streams, and they're making quite a bit of money doing so. I can't hate on the hustle, but I am curious about how that came to be and why so many people pay to watch it. But I'm sure a lot of people think the same thing about ASMR, though. Out of context, ASMR is so bizarre. I have quite a few people that stumble upon my videos, and sometimes the comments are absolutely hilarious because they don't understand that I'm here to help people sleep, here to help people relax, and they think I'm just trying to keep quiet so I don't wake my parents up or something. I'm trying to remember the first time that I saw an ASMR video. And if I remember correctly, I don't know if they were outright labeled as ASMR. I think they were more so called whisper videos. And I had read an article about it and was so curious because I had remembered that sort of comforting feeling in real life. And I thought I was the only one that experienced that, so I was thrilled to see a whole article about it and dive into the science behind it. And from that point on, I was absolutely hooked. I was listening to ASMR on the way to my classes, and I was listening to them between classes. I was listening to them on the way home, before bed, while doing homework. I was constantly listening to it, and it helped me immensely with anxiety and stress all throughout college, and it feels so surreal to get to do this now. I'd always wanted to do, but it took a minute to stop that little mean voice in the back of my head that would tell me it's weird or cringe. But so what? There's something really nostalgic about this home right here, and I can't quite put my finger on it. It sort of reminds me of the homes I would see in Mexico growing up. Just the color of the walls, the way that the bright flowers contrast with it. I think I've seen a trumpeter on this corner here. I was kind of hoping that I could get a picture of them, but now that I think about it, a trumpet's probably not the most relaxing instrument while people are trying to fall asleep. Now, these courtyards throughout Saint Denis are my favorite. I love these little tucked away areas that feel very lived in, like the laundry hanging off. There's just so many beautiful details in every inch of this map. Even the mourning doves that you can hear. Isn't that amazing? Listen to that. Mourning doves are one of my favorite animals. They have the most unique call. Okay, well that wasn't quite what I wanted. Not very comfy cozy. It's a little difficult navigating in first person. For some reason I can't really tell how far a drop is. But after this, I think I really want to spend more time in first person. I almost never do in Red Dead, and I'm not sure why. What about you all? Do you play in first or third? First or third? First or third? Okay. Bear with me because I really love these guys with the sort of city smog or dust and the sun on the other side capturing their silhouette. I'm gonna try to get just the right shot. They look so cool. The hand fan and the cigarette. I'm not gonna lie, I own so many hand fans. My sense of fashion is absolutely insufferable, but I like what I like. If you could dress up however you wanted, no restrictions, what sort of decade would you pick? I'm a big fan of late 40s and 50s style fashion, but add a bit of spice. Like I want to look like a woman whose husbands have mysteriously disappeared. I would never hurt a fly, but I like to look classy and dangerous. Another great courtyard. It seems as though the sun is really starting to set, so I may try to get some pictures here and then venture out for that sunset. You can't waste good lighting, especially online in this game. You can't skip ahead to daytime or nighttime as you please. I really need to visit New Orleans someday. It's absolutely gorgeous in this game. And I know this is set in 1898, but if it's still anything remotely close to this, I want to be there. I know I have some viewers from Louisiana, so I'm curious, is it anything like this? With these sort of still, quiet moments, tucked away spaces. I mean, regardless, I still want to go for the Creole food alone. I'm a sucker for jambalaya and seafood boils. We have a lot of Creole restaurants where I live, but I'm sure it pales in comparison to the real deal. Okay, I'm sorry about all that parkouring I just did, but really wanted to get a good rooftop view, and I also wanted to sort of scope out if there are any players in the area. I thought I might have heard some fighting, and now that I don't have the HUD, I have no idea if I'm safe or not. So yeah, I'm just going to walk back to an area that is a little bit more calm. I think I want to revisit this patio area now that the lanterns are all lit. This looks especially cozy now. I love the way that this city is lit at night. It's so warm and inviting. Is that a cat? Where's the cat? Where's the cat? Oh, look. Are you a cat person or are you a dog person? We have a lot of cat people in the Discord. I'm a big cat person myself, but really I'm a big animal person. I don't discriminate. I just don't have the space to dedicate to the sort of dog I would like. I'm really drawn to giant boys, the big boys. I like Rottweilers and Great Danes. See, now this is a shot that would really benefit from a vertical camera. I just really want to get the top of that building in there, but I know that I can't. If there is a way to do it, let me know. But I'm just going to try and do my best to frame this up the way I'd like. Kind of like this. Moving on. See, aren't the lanterns just lovely? I mean, despite all the people fighting in the streets, the ambiance is quite nice. I was never particularly good at photographing nightlife. Well, I say that, but I think it's more fair to say I didn't have the drive to photograph at night. It's much easier with virtual photography. Everything is just sort of already balanced out for you. You can't get a shot that's too orange or too dark or grainy, really, which is a breath of fresh air. It's also safer. What's going on over here? I wonder if that player's still in the area. Is that a player? No, I don't think it is. Anyway, virtual photography. What do you use to edit your videos, if anything? I do a lot of my photo editing on my phone using Snapseed, Afterlight, and occasionally Visco, but I don't know if filters are really elevating the images or not. I just want to make them feel a little more rich, a little bit more rich. But maybe I'm just being overly critical of my shots. I do have a habit of doing that with any artistic hobby that I have. Just look at it until you hate it. That's how editing goes, right? No. I think these are gonna turn out great, and I'm excited to see. I'd also love to see any shots that you've gotten in Red Dead. We have a virtual photography channel in our Discord server, and it's really fun being able to see everyone's photographs that they capture in the various games. There's a lot of really talented people. It'd be fun to do a little virtual exhibition or something. Not quite sure how that would work. I'm just spitballing here. I really love this theater, especially that Grand Vaudeville Theater, sort of on the corner or in the square. I'm not sure quite where it's located, but I know I'll butcher the name. I'm a little afraid to try and pronounce it. But it's in French. I believe it's pronounced Théâtre Rallot, but correct me if I'm wrong to my French viewers here. Théâtre Rallot. I might be overpronouncing the R's there, but I like the symmetry of this one.
Hello.
Wonder if I can jump up on that to get a higher view. I don't think I can. Just want to sort of get over these hedges, but I don't think that shot's going to happen. Oh well. Moving on. Oh. I want to take a moment to announce that I am now officially a YouTube partner. We reached our last goal of 3,000 public watch hours, and I became eligible for early partnership, applied, and I got accepted. I'm just still in so much awe that this is happening. I really didn't know what to expect when I started creating these videos, but I'm certainly excited about where it's heading, and I so appreciate your love and support for this community. Now, I still won't make ad revenue until we reach 1,000 subscribers, which is our next goal, but now there's an option for super thanks and memberships. So, I'm hoping to put together a little membership plan with custom emojis and perks if you do want to support the channel in that way at all. But that may have to wait until after my trip to Tombstone. I love the way this man is leaning on the wall like this. Just absolutely max chillin'. I wonder what he's looking at. Wonder what he's thinking. No thoughts. Only lean. I know I gotta be close to running out of room on my camera here. Once again, I love the symmetry. Love to see it. Looks like the sun is maybe coming back up. I doubt it. It hasn't been nighttime for long. I was so distracted by what that horse was doing at the cafe. I forget that there's a barber shop here. I never come here. I usually go to the one in Blackwater. But I wonder if we can get a nice photograph of our friend here. It's kind of spooky lighting. It's almost horror-esque. Real Sweeney Todd vibes. I don't know if I can walk in with this camera, and so I'm just kind of peeking in like a little creep. Maybe I can walk in. So, I'm not entirely sure what reminded me of this, but there's this new game coming out on the 28th of this month called The Master's Pupil that I really want to play. It's an entirely hand-painted game that took the developer 7 years to complete. I'll be out of town for the release, but I cannot wait to play this when I'm back home. It's games like this that make me really want to tiptoe into game design. I think that's something I'm going to play around with. We'll see. I really love this cemetery. I hear that in New Orleans, most cemeteries are constructed above ground like this due to the high water table. But I just love how ornate everything is. It's really beautiful. But anyway, like I was saying, I have a lot of high hopes for The Master's Pupil. It's supposedly an indirect biography about Claude Monet's life experience through music and soundscapes and these intricate puzzles. And as a art history buff, I know this is something I'll likely really enjoy. That's not to say, though, that I don't believe games like Red Dead are also high art. You can't really walk around this game and say anything otherwise. Not if you're truly looking. I, of course, get frustrated when games like this are sort of put on the back burner, but you can't knock the hard work that went into its development. It's the perfect game to get lost in, at least playing on PS5. I hear the PC gameplay is a wildly different experience, which I am interested in diving into sometime. I'm just not quite sure how ASMR friendly the PC version would be, at least online. But I would really like to experiment with mods, offline of course, especially pertaining to buyable properties. That way I can live out my fantasies that will likely never come to light due to this game's halt in development. But who knows? I could be wrong. Rockstar is very secretive, so that could still be in the cards someday. Maybe in 2030 or something. But yeah, PC sounds fun. I play a lot of games on PC, so I'm not entirely sure why I've never given Red Dead a shot on it. I especially would love to try out the role-playing community. I did a lot of GTA RP back in the day with Endeavor. And if you haven't checked that out, Zumi Fiasco created a really incredible roleplay server. He used to make really wonderful Red Dead content, but has more recently been working on facilitating that and consulting as well for other content creators, which is so awesome. I haven't tried Red Dead RP though. I love creating these characters, so I wonder who I would be in Red Dead. It would be funny to continue to do ASMR in the game. I had this silly idea to be a whispering librarian in GTA, but what do you think I should do in Red Dead? Let me know if you have any fun ideas. I've developed this whole backstory with my current character in Red Dead, so perhaps I'll go off of that, see where it takes me. I found a lot of players in Red Dead have backstories for their characters, regardless whether they do roleplay or not. It's always cool to see how players in Red Dead exercise their creativity. You sort of have to prevent getting bored or burnt out as a longtime player, but I think that creativity is very healthy. So, if you have any character backstories for your Red Dead characters, I would really love to hear about them. So, it looks like the sun is about to come up. What I'm gonna do is get a few more shots with the morning sun and then show you one last thing before we wrap up this evening. I'd like to see if I can get a picture of the train rolling in Saint Denis. Really enjoy the train system in this game. If my friends and I ever run out of ideas, we will often just ride the train and chat. Just wait for fun, chaotic things to happen throughout the map.
Some people can't handle the liquor.
I've been talking about doing a train ambiance video for a while, but I'm not sure if you would be into that or not. I did do a no talking, No Man's Sky ambiance video once, and it didn't really perform that well, but perhaps it would be different in this game. But I do like that you enjoy me talking. It's easy to get insecure about my own voice. I think a lot of people do, but especially hearing myself whisper can be the most bizarre thing. I am getting used to it though. Getting a little more comfortable the longer that I do it, which is nice. So, if you ever get insecure about the sound of your own voice, just record yourself whispering for hours on end, and then edit yourself whispering for hours on end. Maybe you'll get over it too. Exposure therapy. I am excited to see how that last image turns out. These NPCs waiting by the train are just perfect for pictures. Look at this guy. It's like he was anticipating getting his picture taken today. Very photogenic pose back there. I also really enjoy the way the sun is hitting these buildings at this time of day. It's really soft. So what's been your favorite time of day so far for these pictures? You think you'll like the daytime, sunset, evening, or the sunrise images? Really looking forward seeing them all. Just trying to line up this smoke just right. But I think this would also be one of those images that would benefit from a vertical angle. Vertical angle. But I think this one still has a lot of potential, the horizontal image, especially from this angle. Alright, I think we're going to get one last image with this lighting, and then I want to head to a different part of the map, show you something really neat. I'm sure you've heard of it or seen it, but I think it would be fun to get some images. So I'm going to turn my HUD back on, and then we can make our way to that point in the map, because there's absolutely no way that I can find it without putting it on the map. I'm not that much of a Red Dead veteran. So the place I want to take you to is up here in this little point right here. And there's this teeny tiny church up there that you can actually go into. And to my knowledge, it's the only church you can actually enter in the game. I'm not sure why that is,
What's the meaning of this?
but I think it's a fun little fact.
Tell me about that FD pig farm.
Hey,
I really can't remember why I have a bounty here. I think I forgot to pay it after working towards that max dishonorability achievement. I finally got that after years of playing. I'm just really not good at being bad, I suppose. I don't understand people that have a difficult time staying honorable. You get honorability points just by taking care of your horse. And there's not a chance that I wouldn't do that. I feel guilty if my horse is even a little dirty, let alone starving. But I think this spot looks like it's close to where we began this whole journey. It's not too far away at all. Now, I've known about this particular spot for a while now, but I'm still stumbling upon really interesting spots to this day. Spots that I never knew about. It's such a rich map with tons of interesting little details like this. But here we are. Here's the little church. Once again, I just have to remove the HUD so we can get a nice screenshot. But yeah, what do you think? I think I'm gonna get some pictures from the front and maybe see if we can go inside and I can show you how neat it is. I think that'll be a good shot. This one feels a little too dark at the front. But yeah, let's go in and check it out. I think it's so cool. It's so cozy. It even has little pews. It makes me feel like a giant. I wonder if we can get a decent image from in here. Definitely want to get some of these details. But yeah, I think these are some of our final shots here today. Let me know what you think about the tiny church. I think it's a really cool addition to the game. Really fun Easter egg. Well, little lopes, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you really enjoy these videos, join the Comfy Cozy Discord. And I want to take an extra special moment to thank all of my coffee club patrons and my moderators that help the community grow in new and exciting ways. So, sweet dreams, and I look forward to seeing you next time.